Planning a vacation to get away from it all? Have you researched the place you're going to? If you haven't, I suggest you stay in this video and learn about the places that are not recommended to visit, so you can make sure you don't go straight into the lion's den. So, old sports, this is EdDevelop, where you will find the best curiosities and facts on YouTube. I invite you to subscribe and activate the notification bell to make your day much better every time we upload a new video. If you want to actively help us grow, old sport, consider our Patreon. Find the link below in the description. I assure you, it will be one of the best decisions you'll ever make. Now, it is time for the fun part. There are places in the world that we should avoid for the time being. In this regard, the Citizens Council for Public Safety and Criminal Justice, a group of experts that seeks consensus on solutions to improve safety, has compiled a list of the world's most dangerous cities. Want to know what they are? Old sport, stick around and let's find out which ones are at the top of this list. Tijuana, Mexico. 138 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. One of the most visited cities in Mexico. Located in Baja California, Tijuana is the second most populous city in Mexico and the westernmost city in the country. Tijuana is the most visited border city in the world and shares a 24-kilometer border with the city of San Diego, California. However, Tijuana is considered the most dangerous city in the world, with a homicide rate of 138 per 100,000 inhabitants. Despite being an incredible city full of friendly people and a beautiful culture, Tijuana is known for its extreme poverty and for the proliferation of heinous crimes such as rape, kidnapping, and especially vicious murders. The high rate of violence in the city is mainly due to human and drug trafficking. Explicit violence between the Tijuana and Sinaloa cartels is also common. The Tijuana cartel, based in the city itself, is considered the largest and most violent criminal group in Mexico. The Sinaloa cartel, on the other hand, based in Culhuacan, in the Mexican state of Sinaloa, is an international drug trafficking cartel that operates in many Mexican states and various parts of the world. We know that these statistics may scare you, and you may not want to set foot in these lands, but if you are one of those who are not scared by simple statistics, this city is one that is worth visiting for its history and gastronomy. Would you take up the challenge and visit this city? Acapulco, Mexico. 111 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. Not long ago, Acapulco was the city of the beach, the sun, and the good life. Who did not want to go to Acapulco? It was the preferred destination of many Mexicans and Europeans until it became the target of organized crime and cartels that saw the economic capacity of tourists as a good opportunity to develop their activities. In fact, since 2017, Acapulco has been one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the world, with all indicators related to all forms of violence deteriorating year after year since the 2000s. Perhaps the exact event that marked the beginning of the violent escalation suffered by the city was the shooting with military weapons in the La Garita neighborhood in 2006. Since then, cartel confrontations have been constant. In Acapulco, there are crimes of all kinds, many of them committed with cruelty. Murders and impalements of corpses, rapes, homicides, and robberies are the order of the day. It is a destination that causes sadness to know that it has all the potential to be number one in tourist potential. This city has become one only for the brave. And the people who were born there got used to this kind of daily life. Do you think there is hope for this city? I hope so. Caracas, Venezuela. 100 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. Although many years ago Venezuela was known as the Switzerland of Latin America, the truth is that little remains of that golden age. A country loved by many, and that became the cradle of all the Europeans fleeing the situation in their countries. If you have ever traveled to Venezuela, tell us in the comments what you thought of it and if you would visit again. The situation in Venezuela has been deteriorating for years, as long as the economic, social, and political crises have made the lives of Venezuelans a concatenation of hardships. In fact, Caracas is the third most violent city in the world, with robberies, some of them violent, committed by citizens who see no other way out but to steal to make ends meet. But in spite of all this, the city turns out to be a real tourist jewel, where people welcome you with open arms. Currently, Venezuelans are promoting tourism in their country, and little by little, people are losing their fear of visiting. And you, old sport? Would you dare? Ciudad Victoria, Mexico. 86 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. In Ciudad Victoria, the most common form of violence is kidnapping. In the capital of Tamaulipas, goodbyes between friends are different from the rest of the world. Instead of saying see you later, it's more common to say let me know when you get home. And if that doesn't happen, you automatically think the worst. Ciudad Victoria has had to impose a nighttime curfew to try to limit criminal activity. This has been a setback both economically and socially, and has made this city a cradle for armed groups and kidnappers. So if you visit, do so at your own risk, and good luck, buddy. Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. 86 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. Ciudad Juarez, or Juarez as it is popularly known, has more than 1.5 million inhabitants and is the most populous city in Chihuahua. Juarez is considered the worst city in Mexico for women, as violence against women in this city has increased dramatically over the years, perhaps due to the fact that in the past it was the nighttime hub of El Paso. On the other hand, there is a declared war between the Juarez and Sinaloa cartels. And on the other hand, poverty, drug violence, and government corruption are some of the main reasons for the increase in violence in the city of Juarez. In recent years, crimes against women have been a global issue, and in this place, a terrible truth is evident. Machismo can have very important consequences, and it is something commented on by the inhabitants of this population. What do you think? Irapuato, Mexico. 81 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. Ever heard of this city? Located at the foot of Cerro Arandas, Irapuato is the second most populous city in the heart of the Mexican state of Guanajuato. This mid-sized Mexican city finds its source of violence in the frequent turf wars between the Santa Rosa de Lima cartel and the Jalisco cartel New Generation. Images and videos of mass shootings in bars with assault rifles and semi-automatic weapons are regularly published and released. Have you noticed an important pattern in this video? Yes, it is a terrible coincidence that Mexican cities dominate in this country thanks to the violence of these cartels. Let's hope the government does something about this situation, because who wouldn't want to eat tacos or some good carnitas asadas in the place where they were born? It's such a shame. Ciudad Guyana, Venezuela. 78 homicides, 100,000 inhabitants. Ciudad Guyana is very similar to Caracas. The violence there is directly related to the situation the country is going through. Robberies in broad daylight, usually without violence, thefts. Another city that suffers from the bad policies of the country. What a pity. We are sure that if these situations changed, these cities would have all the potential to become the most touristic ones. Old sports, unfortunately, we have reached the end of this video, so tell us, would you risk visiting these cities? Let me know in the comments if you would, and if you have already been, tell us about your experience. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Let us know what you think in the comments, or what topic you'd like us to cover in a future video. Old sports, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. See you next time!